Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy, Confounded Kirby, here with your Raw. I don't know. I guess. Come up with a name right now. Didn't really think of a name. Bad start. Dumb start. I'm sorry. A confounded overview of the Monday Night Raw of Monday, November. What was it? Yeah, no, Monday, November 6th, 2017. This is a confounded review, a confounded overview. Kind of. Okay, so after that old blurb that I'm going to keep in, that cut was more of just for some stupid comedic effect. Well, I've ruined it. Whatever. Welcome to a confounded overview of Monday Night Raw for the week of Monday, November 6th, 2017. Now, this was in the UK, in Manchester. Amazing. Like, these crowds, they always have fun. It was a lot of fun with this crowd specifically. They have a lot of fun with this. They love. The UK crowds are always amazing for Raw. That's kind of why, like, in the UK wrestling scene itself is pretty cool, honestly. I'm a huge fan of a lot of like, indie ones out there, like Insane Championship Wrestling, soon to be called Defiant Wrestling. There's some controversy there, but I enjoy it. I haven't really watched a lot, but Progress looks pretty cool. I would love to watch more Progress and a couple more like that. Yeah, but that seemed so cool, so to have it be in Manchester's cool. Wasn't cool that it was pre-taped. Thankfully, I was able to avoid spoilers, but yeah, and Jesus glad for that. There were a lot of there were some interesting things that happened on this show. But I guess the main theme, the overall theme, was ramping up for Survivor Series teams. The teams played out. There's a men's Survivor Series match and then a women's Survivor Series match. There's the individual matches between WWE Universal Champion Brock Lesnar and WWE Champion Jinder Mahal. There's that match. The SmackDown Women's Champion Natalia versus Alexa Bliss, United States Champion Baron Corbin versus Intercontinental Champion The Miz. Let's see what else. There's the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, the Usos versus the Raw Tag Team Champions. I'm not naming them because we aren't going to talk about that. That's the first thing. Is going to talk about is the main event was one of the many amazing matches Sheamus and Cesaro have put on. They have probably fought for the title. At this point, they've fought in general a bunch. They've fought for the titles a couple times, and every single time, amazing. These four guys put on such a show that it's magic. It's one of the best when it comes to in-ring stuff. Like there hasn't been a match that, in my opinion, there has yet to be a match that has disappointed me in terms of how great they are. It's kind of showing that Sheamus can do some great stuff. Cesaro's always been great. Seth Rollins has always been great. Those two could do magic on their own. Dean Ambrose and Sheamus just add to it, making a great match between Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose, the Raw Tag Team Champions, and Sheamus and Cesaro, the challengers. Now, the match earlier in the night, Sheamus and Cesaro had approached the Raw general manager Kurt Angle, complained about favoritism, saying like, we deserve our shot to represent Raw, show the Usos. We won for Raw last year. That's what I want to say. Like, right now, the champions will be fighting the Usos, the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, and the Usos and Sheamus and Cesaro. God, I'm going through that too quickly. Were the last two teams last year, where Sheamus and Cesaro beat the Usos to win for the tag team, the 10-on-10 clusterfuck that was the tag team Survivor Series match last year. Sheamus and Cesaro, they talk to Kurt Angle, they go, hey, we won for Raw last year, why don't we have our shot to represent Raw? It's fine. You want to complain about this, you want to complain about that, you get one more chance, that's it. This is your last chance, take it. And they did. Amazing match. It was... Whew, there were some great false finishes. There was one false finish where it looked like they were going to win, and then Cesaro came out of nowhere, and there was another false finish where there were a couple great false finishes, but then all of a sudden they did some big spot. I think it was like, oh yeah, they set up like Seth and Dean did their like finisher combo, had Sheamus down, Cesaro barely breaks it up, bodies are kind of everywhere. Seth Rollins, this is important to know, Seth Rollins and Sheamus are the legal men in the tag match, and then all of a sudden, Oh, Manchester! People would not dare be sour as they clapped for the world-famous tag champs, and they felt the power as New Day of SmackDown Live showed up out of the crowd, kind of Shield style. We'll get into that. They walked down a little bit and they talk about how 2 weeks ago we led the charge as SmackDown Live went in and we went under siege. While this is going on, while they're talking about it, they show Kurt Angle backstage furious because he was already pissed off about 2 weeks ago when it happened. They go, fine, fine. You don't want to retaliate as all this is happening. You see the four guys immediately. I love the look. Dean Ambrose and Cesaro gave a look to each other like, what the hell is going on? Like, they immediately, like, for them, the match stopped, and all of a sudden it went into chaos. They're like, what's going on? Why do I hear the New Day? Dean Ambrose grabs a chair. He's freaking out. And right as the New Day finish a little tirade, the whole Raw locker room, men, women, everyone, maybe like a couple people. I didn't see Bray Wyatt. I think he's still sick. I didn't see The Miz. It's kind of smart. I didn't see The Miz. He got destroyed. We'll talk about that. I didn't see Braun Strowman. Good. Um, didn't see a few people, but even Samoa Joe, you see booking it down there. Finn Balor, Matt Hardy, like some people who I think shouldn't be in this whole like who showed up and they just surrounded the ring. They were like ready to defend, and then all of a sudden you hear the New Day go, "Prepare, since you don't want to retaliate, prepare for Under Siege Part 2, baby." And they're like starting to get that, and then all of a sudden you see Jason Jordan book it over the rail, and he's sprinting down, and he's like chasing the New Day, and you just hear him go, "Psych!" and you just hear Xavier Woods go, "Punt fake." They sprint out of the building. I think Jason Jordan chases him out. I don't know what happens with that because you see him kind of clambering up. You don't really see if he goes outside. At least I didn't see if he went outside. And all of a sudden, back in the ring, you see out in the corner, you see the New Day running away, and it pans out. And then out of nowhere, Sheamus bro kick Seth Rollins, goes for the cover. Dean Ambrose realizes it. He sprints for ring. Cesaro realizes it. Cesaro grabs Dean Ambrose. 1, 2, 3. We have new tag team champions for Raw, and they are Sheamus and Cesaro, and they will be going on to face the Usos. Tentatively, the Usos have a match against Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable tonight on SmackDown, but tentatively it's going to be Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Usos in the rematch, kinda, which is cool. I kinda wanted that. I'm glad we're getting it because those two really all of a sudden brought a fire to the end of that match, and I want to see how they would do when it's Sheamus, Cesaro, and Usos at full strength, like 100%. I want to see this. I'm happy to see this. But what's also interesting is that it's the New Day that did that. And the New Day inadvertently, the big thing is they're saying New Day inadvertently cost Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose the titles. And isn't there a certain very large sized canine coming back next week? Oh yeah, the big dog, Roman Reigns. I wonder, are they going to challenge the New Day to a six-man tag? A Shield six-man tag, finally? They've been reunited, and then all of a sudden now we're finally getting a six-man tag. Thank you. We're finally getting a six-man tag. I would hope New Day Shield could be the match of the night. Either New Day Shield or Sheamus or Cesaro, Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Usos. Those two there are a few matches on this card that really have the chance to steal the show. The hopefully, I mean, I'm not going to report on it, but the hopefully happening New Day versus Shield feud match, Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Usos, even the 5-man tag match, or the 5-man Survivor Series match, those all are great. But it's so interesting. It's like this is finally like actually making some more good SmackDown versus Raw stuff. Besides, yeah, we're just gonna have our champions fight because they're champions, and we're gonna have the stereotypical men and women's like this. Shield versus New Day could actually be like a feud between two sides for a legitimate reason, and that reason is New Day's whole like pride for SmackDown gets in the way of Rollins and Ambrose's match. Rollins and Ambrose lose their titles because of it, and now they have a reason to go after the New Day. and it is good. It's storytelling, and I love it. If this is a thing, I love this. Oh my god, do I love this. But moving on, Kane and Braun Strowman had a little thing. It started with Miz TV. Miz calling out Baron Corbin, called him the bathroom break of SmackDown. Como on Baron Corbin. Basically told Corbin, yeah, no, screw off. And then he just blames he's blaming Kurt Angle because Miz blames Kurt Angle for everything. And then Angle didn't like it. And that's right. Angle was it was Miz TV. Angle was Miz's guest. Angle didn't like that Miz was blaming him for all this stuff being entitled last week. He showed up late and then wanted to leave early because he thought Braun Strowman was back. Braun Strowman was back. Braun Strowman kicked Miz's ass last week and destroyed Curtis Axel with like 5 running power slams. It was glorious. 4 in the ring and then 1 up the ramp through the table. It was great. And then yeah, Kurt goes like, shut the hell up, Miz. He doesn't actually say that, but he's like basically tells Miz, shut up. I don't need this. I don't need you. So he books Miz in a match, non-title. Kind of disappointed. I thought it was going to be a title match, which would have been cool. But then I guess he would have had to, because they like Miz as the Intercontinental Champion. I'm okay. I think Miz could lose it and then gain it back in some form of cheating, but schedules him in a one-on-one non-title match with Braun Strowman. Strowman destroys Miz, takes out Bo Dallas, tries to interfere. Nope. Good to see Bo Dallas back, but no, yeah, done. And then he just destroys. He just destroys them all, and I think. Oh yeah, there was a spot where he grabs Miz. Oh, sir, we're good. We good? Okay. He grabs Strowman, and I see him. He mouth the words like, "You can't run!" Yeah, he screams that at Miz, and then he throws him over the top rope onto Dallas and Axel, onto Daxel, the Miz Taraj, the boys, the Singh brothers of the Miz, and destroys them all. Kane shows up. Strowman gets pissed off. Strowman remembers when Kane chokeslammed him through the stage, threw the chairs on him, threw him in the garbage truck. They go out. That triggers the disqualification. Strowman wins via disqualification. Brawl. Kane tries to choke them. It was a really cool moment. Kane tries to choke slam Strowman. Doesn't work. Strowman moves the hand out. Hits the running power slam on Kane. And I was just waiting. I was like, when is he gonna do it? When is he gonna do it? Boom. Sits back up. I think this is the best I've seen Kane in a while, and I'm excited. I think this is gonna be great for Kane, to be honest. Kane sits up. Strowman clotheslines him to the floor, and then the Miz Taraj all come back, destroys all of them, and then hits Miz with his own, and then I think walks away after that. Like, it was pretty, like, obvious, like, they weren't gonna have Miz lose clean. I mean, you could have easily, like, anyone losing to Braun Strowman clean makes sense. Braun Strowman is a monster. They've been making that clear for a while now. It's even, like, the only person who's ever really beaten Braun Strowman clean are Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Interesting. We're going to ignore that. But yeah, it's kind of like, I'm excited for the feud, but, like, this was very, paint by numbers, like, oh, this is gonna go here, and this is gonna go here, and this is gonna happen. I mean, the chokeslam bit was pretty cool, but will be interesting. I don't know. I'm buying this. I think it's pretty cool. Those are the two kind of big stuff. The big thing was the whole, New Day, Sheamus and Cesaro, that, and then I mean the other stuff. And let's see what else happened. Jason Jordan versus Elias in a guitar and a pole match. Jason beat him. Um, Elias started it off with, like, he was in the ring, his guitar was up on a pole, and he was still there. He did the solo. I'm Elias. Who wants to walk with Elias? But he didn't have his guitar, and he talked about wanting to play Wonderwall because apparently he did that in some show, which was really cool. I saw the clip. It was like him, Gallows, and Anderson, and Bo Dallas, and they're like, maybe, da-da-da-da-da, not gonna get copyrighted. And yeah, Jason Jordan beats Elias. Then later, Jason Jordan shows up, and Kurt's like, "You're my son. You're my son. Be on my team." So Jason Jordan's on the Raw team along with Braun Strowman and Kurt Angle. Also, Asuka beat a jobber. I think her name was Stacy. Yeah, Stacy Coates was the name. Basically, it's how Asuka should be. Asuka just this is how she should have been. She shouldn't have beaten Emma. Who? She shouldn't have beaten Emma. Sucks Emma got released. All I'm gonna say. Not gonna talk about it because I want to talk about the news now. But it sucks Emma was released, especially after all this. You'd be surprised to see that happened. I was surprised to see that happened. But yeah, Asuka destroys another local competitor, Stacy Coates. Pretty cool. I'm okay with that. Samoa Joe uh, was supposed to have a match with Titus O'Neil. Titus is all like prepped. He's ready. He's ready to fight. Mojo destroys him, puts him in a kick in clutch. He talks about how he basically cuts a promo saying he's a monster, going to put anyone down. Says anyone in the back, you want to try to prove me wrong, you want to try to stand up to me, do it. Finn Balor's music hits. Sweet. We got that match. Finn Balor and Samoa Joe is still one of my favorite NXT rivalries of all time. So to see it play out on the main roster with them even having more time, they're both more established as main roster people. It's great. I love it so freaking much. Do I love this? And it was great. It was long. It was great. You didn't know who would win. Finn's been kind of losing lately. Like he won his dream match against AJ Styles at TLC, but then the next night he gets beaten by Kane. Then a week after he beats Cesaro sure clean, but then gets attacked by Kane again. It's weird. So it was like, what are you doing here? Him and Joe, they go back and forth. They show that these guys fought before. They talk about how they fought before. They fight to a double count out, which was weird. It was one of those like couldn't stop fighting. No one was paying attention to the count. Double count out, and then they fight more. And then I could guess this. I literally was like, before Kurt Angle showed up, I was like, Kurt Angle's gonna come out, and it's gonna be like, you know what? You're on the team. You're on the team. Come on, guys. And it's exactly what I would say. You two want to fight? Well, use that fight. Use that anger against each other. Use that anger you have against each other. Use it against SmackDown. And now they're both on the team. So it was personally, it was an amazing match, which, I don't know, could have built off a rivalry between the two, or just a nice little one-off thing. Maybe shut Joe up, or maybe show Joe was dominant by beating Finn, because Finn could eat a loss and be fine. But the double count out sucks because no one wants to see a double count out. No one wants to see sloppy crap like that. I don't want to see sloppy stuff like that. I don't. I really don't. I would rather see definitive. I would rather 50-50 booking where sometimes people win, sometimes people lose, than people lose or win, but it's by count out. It's to me, it's a cop out because it's done so much. If it wasn't done so much, then it'd be like, oh, he actually got DQ'd. Wow. Or he actually walked away from the ring and lost by count. How clever. Or even like in a better way, his knee. Oh, he couldn't get there in time, so his knee buckled down on him, so he lost by count out. But now it's like it's so guessable that it's just disappointing. It could have been written better. Maybe they still both got on the team because of something. I don't know. I would have been okay with like a double knockout. I would have been okay maybe if neither of them could just get up, or they got double pinned. Like a double pin would have even made more sense than a double count out, but it is what we got. Now the full Raw team is Kurt Angle, Samoa Joe, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Jason Jordan. It's still going to be a great team. I think Raw's going to win this year because at the moment, as of this recording, you got Shane McMahon on one side, you have Randy Orton, you have Bobby Roode, and you have Shinsuke Nakamura. It's going to be amazing. I'm going to love seeing Bobby Roode and Finn Balor face off. Bobby Roode and Samoa Joe. That's TNA. That's good TNA. Shinsuke Nakamura and Finn Balor. Kurt and Shane. That's going to be cool. Braun Strowman and Shinsuke Nakamura. Braun Strowman and Randy Orton. I guess both former disciples of Bray Wyatt. That could be kind of cool. Who knows? That might be showing up. Maybe Bray Wyatt makes an appearance. Who freaking knows? Notice who I'm not mentioning all this? Jason Jordan. He is shoehorned in because Roman Reigns is too sick to guarantee if he'll be there or not, which is, I don't know. People say that. I think it could be true, but at the same time, this New Day Shield thing, they talked about Roman returning next week. I still feel like this is actually going to, that's what they always had planned, even though Roman's this top guy. I feel like they always planned for Jason to be the fifth man. It's whatever. He's good, but he's not top level. Like those are your top level guys. That's where Roman should be. And I mean, maybe it's true that he. I keep kicking the. Sorry, I keep kicking the thing. Maybe it's true that he should be there and he's not. Like maybe it's true that Roman should be there, but they're afraid of him being sick and they need the build up. Who knows? But yeah, it's weird to see Jason there. Speaking of teams, I completely forgot. Asuka, after destroying the local competitor, Alicia Fox, with their own "This is your captain speaking," showed up. Asuka is the new. Asuka's the third member of the women's team. That's now Alicia Fox, the captain, Nia Jax, and Asuka. And then that gets on to our next match, which is Sasha Banks and Bayley versus Nia Jax and Alicia Fox. Both unhappy that Alicia Fox. It kind of seems like Alicia Fox and Bayley are having this little rivalry where Alicia Fox doesn't like Bayley and thinks Bayley doesn't have the da da da. It's still like make Bayley be just this fighter she was at NXT, because what you're doing with her right now just doesn't work. Like you're just having the women bully her, which was done in NXT, but in a better way. It's not Bayley. Have you ever kissed a boy? Like it just doesn't work this way. But match goes sometime, and then puts the Fox tries to roll her up, doesn't work. Banks gets her in the bank statement. Banks makes Fox tap out. Fox goes, fine, fine. I need you on my team. I want you on my team. Sasha Banks is on the team. Bayley is not. There's a fifth woman. Maybe Bayley proves herself next week. Who knows? But the current Raw team is Captain Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, Asuka, Sasha Banks. The fact that Asuka's in there means that the Raw women's team has to win, right? Right? Please. Right? This isn't where she gets pinned in a random spot by Carmella or something like that, right? I'm so scared. But yeah. And then there was a sad moment. It was after the Bronze Miz thing. I thought we were done. I honestly thought that was the end. And then all of a sudden Rollins and Ambrose did their bit about the main event. And I was like, we're not done? And then the Cruiserweights came in. I was like, we're not done? It was only 2 hours in. It was surprising to me. Enzo came out, did his little Cruiserweight thing, talked about it. Kalisto comes in, and, but he's like, he is not actually running in. And then all of a sudden, guess who shows up? None of the freaking WWE United Kingdom champion, Pete freaking Dunne, shows up. It's awesome. The Bruiserweight's here. Bruiserweight just destroys Enzo. Enzo gets a little bit of offense, but Bruiserweight, boom, bitter end, 1, 2, 3. Cruiserweights are going to say hi to the United Kingdom guys. They're going to be on 205 Live tomorrow. That'll be cool. Or on SmackDown. That'll be cool. Yeah. And Kalisto kind of laughed. He walks over Enzo's lifeless body, raises Pete's hand. Pete's, I guess, a face? Or I guess anyone's really a face when you are facing Enzo Amore. But yeah. Typical Cruiserweight stuff. It was cool. One segment, I don't know. I would have liked to see more. I don't believe there was more. If there was more, I missed it, and I apologize. One more thing was kind of small. Alexa Bliss, the women's champion of Raw, didn't really have a lot. She just came out on, not even on stage, not even in the ring, on screen, called out Natalya, called her a crazy cat lady, promised that she would prove who the dominant champion is in Survivor Series. Got all pissy when Natalya said she ran around for Raw, when that's not true at all. Ran off SmackDown, actually. Natalya last week claimed that she ran Alexa Bliss off SmackDown to Raw. Not the case. Superstar shakeup. Did you hear of it? Did you know about it? There was a trade. Alexa Bliss was traded for a Raw Women's star, probably Charlotte Flair. That's where the trade happened. Whatever. I want Alexa Bliss to win so bad because I'm done with Natalya. I was so surprised when she won clean at SummerSlam against Naomi. For some reason, she's been given this goal push. Cool. She's a veteran. She's been working for a while. Good for her that she has this chance. But she's not doing it for me. I want her gone. I want the title on Charlotte or Becky or Carmella. If Carmella were to cash in on Natalya at freaking Survivor Series, I'd love it. Nothing has been talked about Carmella in the briefcase. It's so freaking weird. Like, what's going on with that? Who knows? But those are the points of Raw. Overall, I would say 3 points. I would give this Raw a 3.75 out of 5. It was good. There was some like I said, when you have me going, that's it, right? At 2 hours in, when there's a whole hour left, and I'm ready to fall asleep and call it a night. That scares me. I don't know, but let me know what you guys thought. That's the overview of Raw. Wow, recording wise at least, I hit half an hour. Probably cutting this down. Probably not a full half hour for you guys, but that's my overview of Raw. Thank you very, very much for watching. I've been Confounded Kirby. I was confounded. We talked about it. You were the confounded audience. Confoundedites? Confounded Kirbids? We'll figure it out. Confounded crawlers? No, we're not. Kidding. But yeah, that's been my overview of Raw. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to hit that like button, comment, start a conversation. Not you. You know who I'm talking. Don't. Don't talk about how confounded is spelled. Don't. You know who you are. Have a great day, guys. See ya. Good night. Bye.